Are you stupid or something? You probably are, and buddy, that's alright. You're in the right place to learn some stuff, so stick around and you just might. My name is Notme, and I'll be asking some Q's, and at the end you'll be riddled with A's. You might score real high, but even if not, you'll sure be glad you played. If you're looking for prizes, just move along, there's no money for you to earn. You win by trying and doing your best, your prize is the stuff you learn. If you want to be an artiste, you have to know all you can about the world of art. So engage with this quiz, and at the end you'll say, I am smart.
I am not me. I am art. And I am your host. That's right. For I Am SmART, the quiz where people look to improve their art, their lives, and their selves through learning and earn the right to say, I am smart. The format of this quiz, very simple, very straightforward. 3 rounds of questions for your brain, 3 musings for your imaginosphere, and a 2-point bonus round at the end. We're looking at 20 points overall. That's our max. All you're going to need for this quiz, something to write with, something to write on, a brain for thinking, and an imaginosphere for imagining. Just 4 things, pretty straightforward. It's a very small initial upfront cost, I will say. You can really hit the ground running. Optional is a beverage. I've got mine here in a lovely stainless steel receptacle. Very much like somebody from the future might have in a science fiction show. Whilst it has absolutely nothing to do with the actual quiz, you do like to kick things off with a toast. It just brings us all together wherever we are in the world. So here we go. To the writers and the actors who managed to sort out a deal with the studios and ended the strike. My goodness, what a relief that was. It took a long time, and people did suffer quite a lot while the strike was going on, but now we can all get excited about all of the films and TV shows, and I guess radio dramas that we can all look forward to. I say all of us. I'm sure the staff of The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon will see the news of going back to work as bittersweet. But you know what? If you had to induce fictional laughter as powerfully and as frequently as Mr. Fallon does, you'd probably be mean drunk as well. Yeah, we all have our coping mechanisms. To the WGA and SAG-AFTRA. Here we go. Double dip for that first one. And the show begins proper with 2 very simple words, 2 very lovely, very simple words that I love saying at the beginning of every single episode. Hello, Smarties. Who do we have? TB Douglas, what a pleasure to see you. Monkey Pigsy Funk, here for this, and I'm here for you. Monkey Pigsy Funk, I am here for you, baby. George, let's quiz. Pleased you're on board, George. Very, very pleased you're on George. Loving the sunglasses stack, all of those sunglasses in the intro. How do you choose which ones to wear? Well, it's a very simple system that I have, TB. Is I like to prescribe each set of glasses with a different feeling, a different emotion. Yeah, so if I'm doing maybe something that's a bit more intellectual, something to do with the mind, I might go for these bad boys. Yeah? Because I just feel like that has that kind of that air of kind of a 70s quiz show host who obviously they had all the answers. Okay, so that's the vibe there. If I'm doing something a little bit more playful, there's the kind of more reflective ones. If I'm doing something more reflective, I'll use the reflective ones. If I'm doing something a bit more playful, I'll use the simple, the kind of slightly more see-through ones. Something incredibly creative, aka art right now, I'll go with my Elvis style ones. And if I'm doing something that's outdoors and it's very sunny, I'll use the ones that are pretty much just sunglasses. Unless, with all of those rules, I'm just in that kind of mood and I'll just grab whichever one's closest to hand. But that's a great question though, TB. Thank you so much. SJ Beck, glasses. SJ Beck 72, lovely to see. Maple Panda, hello to you. Hello to you. Counting Sheep 222, Smarty Party. It is a Smarty Party. I like that a lot, Counting Sheep. Love that a lot. And I'm very pleased to see you. Super Nash 18. Everybody's joining the party now. Everybody's joining the party. Super Nash 108 saying hi to good friend Al. Hi, Al. Or all, even, sorry. Missing off an L. Can change the meaning, can't it? Just a simple L. A simple L can change the meaning. So, our high point scorer last time, which was a long time ago, because we had our hiatus, and then last week we had, it was out right now, it was not I Am Smart, the Notme quiz. All those many moons ago was your girl Sarah Kilch, who was gifted the title because she was injured in an unprecedented move from Killer Kilch, but we like to honour that. However, it seems like neither of those are here right now. Unless you are, and you're just being quite quiet, make yourself known, one of the Kilches. Nothing. Just a slight burp from me, which means I think I'll be picking three rounds for us to play here today. Let's get rid of the chat box. So let's look at the rounds that we've got on offer today. We've got a Haikus Day, we've got a Spotlight, we've got a Yay or Nay, Who Dat Artiste, Anagram a Ding Dong, Gimme 5, Movie Ladder, Alphabet Order, Notme Wood, a Nart, and a Yuzi Chew. So a real eclectic bunch here. So we're going to be picking three from those. Because the Kilches are not currently present, which is absolutely fine, and I'm not too bothered about it at all. I just want everyone to be having a great Sunday, and I kind of know that this is the way to have the best Sunday. So it's always kind of a shame when people aren't watching, but you know, it's their life, it's their funeral. Let's choose some rounds, shall we? I've got my Stream Deck working here, so I'll be using this to control certain parts of the thing. This is far too complicated a show to be able to be entirely worked from something as small as this, but you know, we're going to do our best, and we're going to have some fun, and we're going to pick some rounds. Is that gonna work? Yeah, I think so. I think that's it. Not bad. Not bad at all. Is that registering? Yes, it is. Okay, lovely. JRPV20. No, absolutely fine, JRPV20. You've not missed any of the questions, and that's really the key part of the quiz here. So we are going to be playing Order. We're going to be playing Alphabet, and we're going to be playing a little old round of Notme Wood. We're going to finish with Notme Wood, I think. It's always fun to finish with a picture round. Always fun to finish with a picture round. Monkey Pixie Funk redeeming a What Is Art. Should we just do that straight off? What have we got? Oh, I've got one. Yeah, I've got one. This one's just for you, baby. Just for you, Monkey Pixie Funk. Although I'm not listening, am I? And I need to listen to get the... Okay. When you get a real strong hankering for a hot dog, and then you eat 2 hot dogs.
That is art.
Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. And well worth, I'm sure you would agree, 500 drops of imaginosphere. Tick to show that we have done it. Wonderful stuff. Should we get on with it? Should we do a what should we do first? What was it? Order. Yeah, that's quite good. An alphabet. That's interesting. Let's kick off with an alphabet. Interesting. Let's rock and roll. Alphabet. Guys, at some point, we're going to need to go through all art. Yeah, we just need to comprehensively go through all art as part of this quiz. What better way than alphabetically? Okay, the people who invented the alphabet, we owe them that much. We owe them that much. We've got, of course, a letter. Every I need to do the little thing. Every answer, of course, in this round will begin with the same letter. We're working our way through. We've already found our way all the way to H. Some people pronounce it H, and I think wars have been fought over less contentious topics than that, but it's an H, or it's a H, or it's, if you're a French, it just kind of disappears, doesn't it? Don't know what the French have got against the letter H. Hôpital? What are we talking about here, Frenchies? So all of the answers will begin with the letter H. If it's a person, H will be the first letter of their surname, okay? Of their surname. Monkey Piggy Funk, H for H from Steps. Absolutely. And maybe he will be the answer to one of these questions. Does anyone want me to find out? Let's find out. Question number 1, nice and simple. Which actor/director created and starred in the TV series Barry? Which actor/director created and starred in the TV series Barry? I will say, just for the sticklers out there, and I love that you're watching. Very big fan of the fact that you're watching. It is co-created, of course, but just for the sake of the question, I think you understand what I'm getting at. Beautiful. Question number 2. Which lady rock band sang the songs Barracuda, Alone, and These Dreams? Always beginning with H, remember? Always beginning with H. Question again, which lady rock band sang the songs Barracuda, Alone, and These Dreams? Question number 3, always beginning with H, remember all of these answers. Which stage musical appeared on Disney Plus in 2020 after Disney paid an eye-watering $75 million for the rights? Which stage musical, a stage musical, appeared on Disney Plus in 2020 after Disney paid $75 million for the rights? And this wasn't even an adaptation. Just a straight filming of a stage show that was just on stage. No animation or expensive titles or, production company logos at the beginning. Just a stage show. Great show, though. Question number 4, always beginning with H. Remember all of these answers. Which musical instrument favoured by Haydn and Mozart was almost completely supplanted by the piano in the 19th century? That's a bit tricky, isn't it? Notme's throwing you a curveball on this one. Which musical instrument favoured by the wonderful Haydn and the exquisite Mozart was almost completely supplanted by the piano in the 19th century? Tricky. And then question 5, your final question for this round. What name was given to Philip Pullman's trilogy of books? Northern Lights, which was published as The Golden Compass in North America, The Subtle Knife, and The Amber Spyglass. Big books in the literary world. And the first one, at least, has been adapted. The Golden Compass was a film. It was adapted into a film starring Daniel Craig and Nicole Kidman, maybe? The Subtle Knife and The Amber Spyglass are the other two. It's frozen for me. Oh, gosh. Oh, goodness. Why has that happened? Why would that be? Are we back? Why is the bit rate so low? The heck is going on? Wi-Fi's connected. Sound's gone now. Oh, this is an absolute disaster. Think back now. This bit rate, though, my word. Oh, that's far too much. Still fine. Okay. Well, you guys let me know, yeah? You guys let me know. It says an unstable. Okay. So that was the final question. Let's go on with amusing. President Biden, President Trump, and President Obama are all releasing musical albums. Give any of them an H name. So you've got to specify your president. If you want to specify the genre, absolutely feel free. Don't feel constrained by that at all. But the name has to begin with H. Them's the rules. Them's the rules. I tell you what happens, though. I tell you what happens when we start having technical difficulties. Just that sweat starts gushing out of me. Like someone's given a nice big squeeze to a really delicious Jaffa orange. Oh, my word. I'm not sure why this is happening at all, but we're there, we're doing it, we're happening, we're living it. Let's go back to main. Okay, so first round largely done. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop the stream. I'm going to noodle with some things. You bear with me for like 2 minutes. And we're going to be all back, okay? Just discuss amongst your friends how much you enjoyed that first round. Let's do this. How are we doing? Are we all there? How are we doing? How are we feeling? Seems better. Bitrate on green. Yes from a TB. Thumbs up from Super Nashwan 8. These are the messages that just they feel like a bolt of electricity from the old the paddles, the defibs. Yeah. 2 thumbs up and 2 party poppers from JRPV20. Thank you so much. Right. Okay. After that awful, disastrous start, the only way is up, baby. The only way is up. And I think the only way to go up is by putting things in some order. Is that right? We've had too much disorder. Now we need to just comfort ourselves, just cushion ourselves with a little bit of proper order. Because let me tell you something, guys. Let me ask you a question. How? Yeah? Can you make sense of all of the art in the world without putting it in order? Okay? Adele's album 30 had to come after 21, right? She's not aging in reverse, guys. If anything, she is aging quicker because people often look quite drawn after they lose a lot of weight. So I'm going to give you 4 things, and I just need you to put them in order, okay? That's all I need you to do. You don't have to put all 4 of them in order, even. You want to put 2 of them in order, you're going to get 1 point. You put 2... Wait, what? You put 3 of them in order, and you're going to get 3 points. You put all 4 of them in order, you're going to get 5 points. But if you put any of them out of order, you're going to get a big old goose egg. So this is kind of whether you risk it for a biscuit. There's a little bit of risk involved in this one. It's tactical, yeah. But I'm going to give you the correct. I'm going to give you the topic rather that I'm going to ask you to put in.
Order! 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 Order!
Thanks, John. Appreciate you, pal. Appreciate you. There we go. So the things that you are having to put in order are as follows. Put these James Bond actors in how many times they played James Bond. How many times they played James Bond? How many times they played James Bond? What?
Order!
Lovely. Order. Put them in the right order. So I'm going to give you 4 actors who have played James Bond, and you just need to put them in order from least to most of how many films they played James Bond in. Okay? Pretty simple, this one. Pretty straightforward. Here we go. Oh, I've got to get out of the way of this. They are currently in chronological order, and I need you to put them in the order of how many times they played James Bond. We've got A, Mr. Sean Connery. We've got B, Mr. Roger Moore. We've got C, Mr. Pierce Brosnan. We've got D, Mr. Daniel Craig. So if you know, for instance, that, say, Pierce Brosnan has been in more films, played Bond more times than Roger Moore, say, then you can just say B, C. And if you're confident with that, you can leave it at that. And if that's correct, you'll get 1 point. If you want to add in a little Connery either end, and that's correct, you'll get 3 points. If you want to add in Mr. Craig as well, 5 points. Right? Do we understand? Yeah, of course we do. Super Nash ran 8, banking on Lazenby. Yeah, I've been a little bit cruel here. Been a little bit cruel. No Lazenby and no Dalton. Dalton was only twice in the 80s. So they're out of the running. Okay, this is. I want to give you a bit more of a challenge, what the French would refer to as a challenge. So just looking for 4 letters or 3 letters or even 2 letters. It's up to you. Risk it for a biscuit. And if you're Bond, I think that biscuit would be a Garibaldi. It's a little bit, maybe a little bit fancy. It's not quite up there with your custard creams, your golden crunch creams. But it's got a little something to it. It's fancy without being ostentatious, the Garibaldi. That's one man's opinion. We've also got a musing, and it's just the most simple musing that we could have on this round. Very, very simply. Who's your next Bond? It's the question that is lighting up the world. Everybody's desperate to know who is going to be Bond. I don't care about Barbara Broccoli, yeah? I don't care about Cubby Broccoli, okay? Any of those folks over at, I was going to say MGM, but it's Amazon now, isn't it? They've bought it all. Unless Amazon have just bought all the existing films, but it's whoever's in charge of it. That's not what today is about. Today is about you. Yeah, you sitting at home watching this on your phone, on your tablet, on your laptop, on your TV, on your Nintendo Switch, as Nana Hobbob was last time. Who's your next Bond? And give me a why. I mean, you could just throw in a name, sure. But you could give me a why as well, couldn't you? And that's certainly not going to cost you any money. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse gone? Oh, it's up there. It's the perils of having 3 screens. Yeah, I've got 3 screens. I'm not here to brag, but come on, let's just state facts. The perils of having 3 screens is sometimes you lose your mouse. Your cursor, rather. So that's 2 out of 3 done. And let's have a look at that connection, that bit rate. Excellent. Okay. So I was just shooting for the moon too much. I was getting too excited before with my bit rate. I ran a thing on Streamlabs that said it was going to optimize my stream, and clearly Optimize means different things for different people. For some people, it means I'm going to absolutely cripple it. I'm going to take a wrench, a large wrench, to the shins of your bit rate. And then I'm going to say, Big Vito says hello, and you've got to lose your fight. You say, well, I'm obviously going to lose my big boxing fight now. You've broken my legs. That's a little scenario for you. I'm going to run a quick ad for anybody who's not a subscriber. I apologize. But for everybody else, let's take a little trip, shall we? Let's all get on a little airplane. Let's take a little trip to a place that you and I know as Notme Wood. Hooray for Notme Wood! Guys, answer me this. What if I was an actor? Yeah? What if I, not me, was an actor, but like a proper actor, with training and an agent and no genuine friends because I sacrificed them all for the sake of my career? Is there a film that I couldn't improve? That's the conceit we're playing with in this round, okay? I've taken someone with whom I would love to co-star, and I've inserted myself into 5 of those films. All you need to do is let me know which of this person's co-stars I have taken over from, okay? Welcome back to those who were on a break there. What am I doing? Notme Wood. There we go. This is an advert for Cat's Guts Microbiome Helping Juice. Wow! And is that something that has the advert had an effect on you, Monkey Pixie Funk? Will you be seeking to purchase some Cat's Guts Microbiome Helping Juice? I'm happy to wait. I think we may need to get a cat. Well, it's a multi-stage process. It's a multi-stage process. So who am I going to be co-starring with this week? It is the one, the only, the fabulous, the fantastic, the phantasmagorical, Mr. Jack Black. Mr. Jack of Black. 5 Jack Black films, and I'm taking 5 people's roles. But whose roles am I taking? Let's go number 1. Very simply and straightforwardly. This is Tropic Thunder. Whose role am I taking in this? Tropic Thunder. That's a great point, Monkey Pixie Funk. First you get the cat. Then you get the juice. You can't just buy the juice first. That doesn't make any sense. Cat. Then juice. You're doing things in the right way. You're doing things in the right order. Film number 2. This is Jumanji. Whose role am I taking? Gosh, I'm wearing that crop top and short skirt well, aren't I? What a midriff. What a pair of legs. Whose role am I taking here? Number 3. The Holiday. What a wonderful Christmas film that is. We are in, it's the 1st of October today. We are officially into what the Americans would refer to as fall, and what other people, English people, would refer to as autumn. We are well on the way towards the winter period when a film like The Holiday should really be in all of our rotations. But whose role am I taking here? Whose role am I stealing? SJBX72, we've missed a lot, but we're back with the sound at last. Well, I'm very glad to have you, SJBX72. Very glad to have you indeed. I hope it wasn't too painful being without me. There was some issues on my end as well, SJBeck72. So please don't feel like the world was against you. I made some decisions prior to the stream that, my God, they really didn't work out. There was a whole thing about breaking someone's legs with a wrench that I won't go into now, but it'll be there for you in the rewatch. Is it the character or actor name Notme? I'm just looking for the actor. That's a great question, Monkey Pigsy Funk. I'm just looking for the actor. The actor whose role I have gazumped. Is that the right word? And number 4. Looking a bit miserable there. High Fidelity. Some curtains. Of course, curtains are something that unfortunately, due to Mother Nature, and maybe the high octane lifestyle that I live, my hair would not support curtains anymore. So this is kind of wish fulfillment in a way. High Fidelity with Jack Black and who? And then the final one here, Jack Black, Be Kind, Rewind. And this is, not necessarily one of his, pretty sure this didn't crack $100 million in the box office. Not a huge film, but if you haven't seen the film, my God, this is an ode to filmmaking, to community, to friendship, and to the joys that come from creativity. So it's it very much has the Notme seal of approval. Be Kind, Rewind, and it's Jack Black starring with somebody else, somebody whose role I'm taking here. Count Sheep 222. We did Swedish shorts in college. That's fantastic. Yeah, they call it Sweding, where they do no budget really. I mean, you say no budget, but there's there's a lot of budget in the no budget, I think, in these. They construct incredible things and make versions of films with their chums. This is... you weren't even following me, Monkey Pixie Funk? What gives, bro? What gives? That's my word. Yes, they're doing Driving Miss Daisy, I believe, at this point, with Jack Black taking the old lady role. Fabulous use of college there. TB Douglas, the last one is tricky. Yeah, it's tricky. But it wouldn't be fun if they were all easy, would it? Or maybe it would. Maybe you just want easy stuff that you can absolutely smash out of the park. The musing here, final musing of the week. You get a chance to perform with Jack Black on stage. OMG, he leaves it entirely in your hands. What do? You've got a two-hander. Maybe more than a two-hander, but it's you, it's Jack Black. Maybe it's just you two. Maybe there's other people involved as well. But he says, whatever you want to do on stage, I'm on board with. What are you performing with Jack Black? TB Douglas, I'm a fan of An Easy Life. Well, maybe we'll do a special. Maybe we'll do a special easy version of the quiz at some point. And there'll just be 100% across the board. It's valid, Why do video games have an easy setting? Because sometimes you just want to kill everybody and you don't want to have any challenge whatsoever. I mean, if the game is a killing kind of game. If it's NHL 2002, you're ideally not going to want to kill anybody. Just hit those pucks into those little baby nets. TB Douglas redeemed a 16-second chill dance party. I tell you what we're going to do, TB, with permission, if you're okay with it. We're going to save that one to the end of the show, and just as a way to send the crowd home happy. But that's thank you for redeeming that. That's I'm looking forward to that already. And that's the 3 rounds, guys. That's the 3 rounds. We're back to main. And we're done with the 3 rounds. It was tricky, wasn't it? It was tricky. I'm going to run it just another quick advert, just to control the adverts. That's what I'm going to do. A quick, technical issues. Streamlabs itself is being very very slow as well, and it was all day, in a very frustrating way. Like, for instance, I wonder if this, just as a demonstration, we'll add some letters onto yay or nay here, and we're going to see. And I'm sure it's going to work perfectly and make me look like a fool. But we're going to add 6 P's onto the end of yay or nay, okay? For me, that's too long. For me, that's too... Is that even 6? There's it. That's too long. For adding some P's onto a thing, that is far too long, and I don't know why it's doing it. Might be one of those things where you need to kind of uninstall and then reinstall, but gosh, who has the time when you're creating? As you have got through all 3 rounds, I'd like to give you a little treat. I'd like to give you a little treat at this point. And I'm going to do exactly that. I've got a little bit of art for you. As it is the 1st of October, it's the beginning of Inktober. Now, I'm not doing Inktober this year. I don't do it every year because it is a huge undertaking. However, I did it last year, and I did it so well last year. I did Inktober so well last year that I'm just going to play you the first one of those. And I'm also reposting them on my YouTube because they really didn't get the love that they deserved. It just, if you have half an hour to spare, and Lord knows who doesn't have half an hour to spare. None of you are that busy. Come on, be honest with me and yourselves. You should really just give it a watch. There's a whole playlist on YouTube. You can watch all of them. Each day, I'm drawing something to do with the theme, and I'm giving you a little story, a little insight into my romantic history. It gets raw. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It gets pretty raw. I'm very brave, I think, for exposing myself in this way, for being very vulnerable. And the pictures are all absolutely top-notch, as you would expect. So I'm just going to do the first one for you today. Next week, I'll be honest with you, I'm probably going to do the one that was on the corresponding day last year as well. So let's watch day 1 of Inktober 2022. Okay, 2022, but still fabulous stuff. Today's prompt is gargoyle. Earlier this year, I was on a date with a very attractive, stocky woman called Bryony, who got all huffy and left the date pre-meal because I said that a gargoyle looked like her mother. Now that sounds bad, I understand, but just prior to that, she had been complaining about how her mother had been hassling her for details of the date, as in being nosy like the gargoyle. So I'm sure you'd agree that this wasn't me being incredibly insulting. This was me being a good date and listening. Anyway, if you want to visit the gargoyle, it's in New York, the real one, not Bryony's mother. It's on West 29th Street between 7th and 8th. Also, on subsequent stalking research, I did find that Bryony's mother does actually have quite the snout herself. So I just stepped on a nerve, really. It was bad luck. Nothing I could have done about it. Fabulous. Fabulous stuff. Really good. Really good. And it just, it builds and it develops. Just... Honestly, I can't praise it enough. I really couldn't praise it enough. Counting Sheep 222 agreed was great last year. Thank you so much, Counting Sheep. That's a lovely little pat on the back. Sometimes it does get a little bit taxing, patting oneself on the back. So the more other people can do it, the happier I am. Thank you very much, TB. Thank you very much, TB. Should we get on with some answers? I think we should get on with some answers. What was the first round? Oh, it was Alphabet when we were suffering through. There we go. The musing, of course, Good idea to milk it again, not me. I will, absolutely. Maple Panda, there is nothing that I won't milk if I deem it milk worthy. And this is maybe the milkiest body of work that I've yet created. Can I say that? Can I say that? It is just dripping with milk. Yeah? A lactose intolerance nightmare. Is that what I'm going to do? Well, the musing is President Biden, President Trump, and President Obama are releasing musical albums. Give any album an H name. That's all you need to do. Tell me who the president is that you are channeling and what their album is called. I'm going to find the Inktober thing, and I'm going to link it in the thing. But we're going to do that because it takes a while. So, question number 1. Which actor/director created and starred in the TV... What's going on? No, we don't need that. Which actor and director created and starred in the TV series Barry? It was Bill Hader. Bill Hader. Well done if you got that one right. A Star on the Rise. Everybody loved Barry, a critical darling. So watch this space, whatever he's going to do next. Number 2, which lady rock band sang the songs Barracuda, Alone, and These Dreams? The answer is, of course, the wonderful Heart. Probably one of my 5 favourite Planeteers as well. Number 3, which stage musical appeared on Disney Plus in 2020 after Disney paid $75 million for the rights? That was, of course, Hamilton, the phenomenon known as Hamilton. Well done if you got that one right. Number 4, which musical instrument, favoured by Haydn and Mozart, I imagine that's where most of you got your inspiration for this question from, was almost completely supplanted by the piano in the 19th century. Bit tricky. It was, of course, harpsichord. The harpsichord. It's like a piano, but sounds older. It's like a piano, but it sounds older. Now, number 5, what name was given to Philip Pullman's trilogy of books, Northern Lights, published as Golden Compass in North America, The Subtle Knife, and The Amber Spyglass? That was, of course, his Dark Materials. His Dark Materials. Well done if you got those right, or if you got any of those right. Not always easy. They're only easy if you know the answers, right? They're only easy if you know the answers. As we go into some of these musings. Where's the Inktober thing? I'm going to get it and I'm going to put it in there. What have we got? TB Douglas going for Biden. Here's the deal, folks. That's nice. I feel like he said it a million times and it speaks to an autobiographical album. I would listen. That's really nice. That's really nice, actually, TB. Here's the deal, folks. Folks gives it that kind of hometowny, Scranton, Delaware-y kind of vibe to it. It says to me country, or at the very least folk, some kind of easy listening, heavily acoustic. I would say I'd be surprised if there are a lot of electronic beats in this one. Yeah, I think I would buy as well. You know, just to see, yeah, he can tell you, you know, we know that he can make a speech. But can he spit? Can he spit some rhymes? Can he deliver some lyrics? What's Biden doing with that? Let's see it. Playlists. What have we got? JRPV20, Hobama, a hoedown. Yes, we can. My gosh, you've got Hobama, a hoedown. Yes, we can. A hoedown. So it's more. Again, that's pretty country in a way that you wouldn't necessarily expect from Senor Obama. So that's maybe quite a he's subverting expectations, I suppose. He's subverting expectations with that. Just so you know, that's the playlist. That's the playlist. Watch all the good stuff. A hoedown. Maybe it's some kind of reference to Whose Line Is It Anyway? With the hoedowns that they would ding 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 ding. I'm President Obama, and I would like to say whatever it is. I'm not gonna. Am I gonna come up with it? Not right now. It might take me I'm no Wayne Brady or Colin Mockery, that's for certain. But they've just had more practice than me. So, Super Nash 18, Trump, hubris. I mean, that speaks to a slightly more penitent Trump, a slightly more self-aware Trump, if he is aware that it is his own hubris that has got him to where he is. And it's hubris is something that I would imagine, I don't know, seems like quite an alien concept to him. But, sometimes people show their true selves in music. Sometimes people, I'm sure people would look at Taylor Swift and say, well, this is somebody who is making more money than anybody else on the planet right now, except for Beyonce, I believe. Just absolute money hand over fist. Just can't make enough money, just rich, but then she releases a folk album and everyone says, oh, she's actually really down to earth. Yeah, so sometimes people are showing their true selves through their music. So maybe Trump, through rhyme, can be a lot more humble. That's another one that could have been. Than he is in real life. Than he is when he's just speaking as, yeah? Maybe it's nice. Captain Sheep 222, haters gonna hate. Could be any of them. Captain Sheep. Haters gonna hate, but they are. You can't do much about them. If you're gonna be the prez, then you're gonna have some haters. Yeah. Monkey Pixie Funk Trump rap album hate rhyme. Hate, as in he hates to rhyme. So it's kind of Trump being forced to rhyme. Maybe it's a rap album where none of it rhymes. And it's quite avant-garde. And it ends up being a kind of spoken word thing. But again, no rhyming. You think, gosh, this is either terrible or just something brand new and we're not ready for it yet. It's nice. Maple Panda, Trump, hate, bile, and misinformation. Wow, okay. I mean, maybe. Oh, Monkey Pixie Funk, sort of a riff on hate crime, hate rhyme. That's nice. Again, I feel like several of you are going about it in a way of, that this is an album that people are making about them. But again, maybe there's a confessional element to them that I'm missing at this point. Monkey Pixie Funk, Biden goes with hip to be square and then replaced. See, that's nice. That has a little bit of the humour. A little bit of that kind of twinkle in old Diamond Joe's eyes. It says, yeah, I'm old. Yeah, I'm old. But I'm also a big fan of Huey Lewis and the News. Who isn't? He's got 2 ears and a heart, doesn't he? Could be Biden, hip to be square, or replaced considering his age. That's nice. We're complimenting each other's one. Do you know what, guys? If you put one down in there, if you put one down in the chat, I think it's points all round. I think that's where we're going with this. Next up, we've got Order. Order. Thing is, I might never get sick of hearing that. The musing. Who's your next Bond? It's very simple and straightforward, guys. I just want to know who's your Bond. Who's your next Bond? But please don't say it out loud. Please don't just shout out Tom Hiddleston or whatever it is you're going to write. Please don't shout that out. Just get it in the chat. Yeah, it's a lot easier for all concerned if you just, for the love of God, get it in the chat. The question was, put these James Bond actors in how many times they played Bond order. The options were, of course, Mr. Connery, Mr. Moore, Mr. Brosnan, Mr. Craig, a couple of Englishmen, a Scotch, and an Irishman. but they all played Bond. The world's a pretty crazy place. The answers, of course, were. I say, of course, it was quite tricky because there's only an increments of one for all of them. Starting off with Pierce Brosnan, who only did 4. Then we've got Mr. Daniel Craig, who did 5. Although Craig, I believe, played Bond for the most consecutive years. They just take their sweet time making them these days. Sean Connery did 6, and Roger Moore did 7. Sean Connery did 6 non-consecutively as well. I believe he came back for one of them, and then he said, "No, I'm too old. I'm not going to do it anymore." And then Roger Moore, who was older than him, took over. Because it's not up to you, Sean. Okay, you're not Jimmy B in real life. Okay. Bond can be as old as you want him to be, which could be explored in some of these options that we've got. So yeah, so if you put C, D, A, B, you're getting 5 points. If you did C, D, A, you're getting 3 points. If you did D, A, B, you get 3 points. C, A, B, you get 3 points. Okay. If you only did 2 of them, you get 1 point. But if you did C, A, D, B, 0. Big fat egg. A big fat Roger Moore peeking through my hand, egg. Interestingly, Daniel Craig, the only one not holding a gun in his publicity photo, despite the fact, I have it on good authority, he has by far the highest body count of any Bond actor. In part because he blew up an entire base in Spectre, where there was over 200 people that we saw on screen working inside, and he just blew them all up. Cavalier. Let's get on with the musings. Well done if you got those right. Well done if you got all 5. I would be interested to hear how you did on that. I'm always interested with order because there is that extra element of risk. So feel free to let me know how many you got of those. Or who messed you up. Oh, Pierce Brosnan, you absolute swine. Only 4? The musing. Who's your next Bond? Let's see who we've got. Monkey Pixie Funk, Justin Fletcher, a.k.a. Mr. Tumble. It's a different look for Bond. It's a more inclusive Bond. I'm not sure I've ever seen Bond using any sign language, be it baby sign language, Makaton, or regular sign language that adults use. So we've got, we're pushing down boundaries at that point. What is the sign language for shaken, not stirred? I could venture a guess, but I wouldn't want to be disrespectful to all the hearing impaired people, adults, and just kind of non-verbal or lazy children out there. But yeah, that's great. That's just the kind of boundary pushing idea that I would expect from you, Monkey Pixie Funk, and I thank you for it. TB Douglas, Henry Golding. Ooh, he's a good-looking chap. My word, Henry Golding is a good-looking chap. I think we're going to go back to Maine and we're going to have a look at some of these people. We're going to go back to Maine and we're going to have a look at some of these people. Example, there we go. Oh, what a lovely picture on Bing today. What a lovely picture on Bing. How do you spell Henry Golding? Henry Golding, there he is. There he is. Let's have a look at this guy. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Who couldn't see him? A bit too smiley there. A bit too posy there. What's his Bond picture? Maybe that's his Bond picture. That's pretty good. Is that a tactical turtleneck as well? Oh, Henry. Henry, my boy. Nothing wrong with that at all. Look at that guy. Yeah. Who couldn't believe him as Bond? Seducing the ladies. What does TB say? Henry Golding, suave, charming, yes, British, showed he could do action well in that Guy Ritchie film. Yes, he did. Even though he, spoiler, ends up getting frozen to death, or at least left in a freezer at the end of the film. My God, he's, absolutely. Look at the cut of him. As we discussed on Art Right Now last week, with Jason Statham having the boldness to go with a tactical turtleneck. Look at this guy. Oh, yeah. That's a great one. That's a great one, TB. Maple Panda just goes with a tick. Big fan of Henry Golding. And who isn't? Look at those eyes. 3 for me. I was proud. Didn't know about Roger Moore, Sean Connery, so left Moore out. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. That's a good job, TB. JPV20, Henry Cavill or Luke Evans or whoever it is, let them have a thick enough neck. JPV20 going for the neck thickness. It's not what a lot of people look for, but that makes it all the more important that those people who are invested in neck thickness really make their voices known. They need to advocate for themselves. So who have we got? Henry Cavill. I mean, where's his Bond picture? Oh, he's got a lot of Bond pictures. Could we see... Is the world ready for Moustache Bond? I mean, again, there's a bit of a smile. He's got a wry smile, bit of a glibness to him, maybe. Are we ready for a mustachioed Bond? Because it's a powerful moustache. I mean, there are no weak links in this moustache chain. I mean, I could see it, the little curl. I mean, he's obviously stunning. Let's look at that neck, though. Let's look at that neck. That's pretty chunky. He could wear a pretty heavy hat without having any huge difficulties. Who is your other option? Luke Evans. Is he Gaston? Is he the Gaston guy? He is. Yeah. Yep. Again, we're in the facial hair realm. He's got a... I mean, obviously handsome. I mean, I see it. With him clean shaven, is he looking the same? Does he have almost Gallic look here? Fabulous work, though. I could certainly see him seducing a woman and then shooting some Russian guys. Yeah, a couple of great options there, JRPV20, and a fabulous criteria, aka neck girth. If you're looking for girth, you could do a lot worse than Luke Evans, believe me. Maple Panda, Brett Goldstein, but playing it as Roy Kent. Interesting. Brett Goldstein tour, Brett Goldstein wife, Brett Goldstein Sesame Street. What an intriguing first 3 suggestions from Bing there. Let's see him. He's not often in a suit. He's got that. He is swarthy, isn't he? Oh, that's not a big picture. There we go. Can we see that? Is that Bond? If this wasn't an Emmy and was instead a Walther PPK, I mean, it's an odd start. Hello there. I'm about to shoot you. It could work. The worry would be, I think, with someone like Brett Goldstein. My only concern here is he's very rarely clean shaven. And that's, again, a good-looking guy with a powerful set of eyebrows that are really going to put the willies up some bad guys. But even clean-shaven, he's not entirely clean-shaven. I don't know what his background is. I would be surprised if there wasn't some Greek or some Middle Eastern influences there. The razor budget might be so high because you need to keep on shaving him every 2 to 3 hours. That could be an issue for the Broccoli's. But he's certainly got that look. He's certainly got that stare. My word. Oh no, that was Luke Evans. SJ Beck 72, Bill Nye. Look. This is very exciting. I mean, you want to talk about a Roger Moore. This guy. Is this my favorite one so far? It really might be. It really might be. Look at that guy. He's slightly pensive. He's got the capacity to kill people, but it takes a heavy toll on him. It weighs heavy on him. He's not somebody who's going to, beat up 50 henchmen at a time in the way that Daniel Craig clearly could. But he's thought it through. He's a chess master, yeah? He's thought of all the angles. Oh, Bill. Oh, Bill. Yeah, I mean, I'm on board with that at all. I'm on board with that. Monkey Pixie Funk, Regis-Jean Page, because he is cool, brings the Bridgerton fans for a future crossover. Bridgerton fans, sure. Regis-Jean Page, I mean, again, there's no arguments with the attractiveness. Oh, look at this guy. Look at him already campaigning for it. Look at this guy. Is that... Oh, look at the size of that face. I mean, he's wearing the heck out of that tuxedo. I'll give him that. Again, slightly slighter. I don't think that's necessarily much of an issue. If we're going maybe for slightly more of the Playboy, the more Roger Moore style than the blunt force trauma of a Daniel Craig. Yeah. Gosh, do you know what? There's a lot of good-looking guys out there, aren't there? TB Douglas, do you need an episode name? If so, a powerful set of eyebrows is my nomination. That's fabulous. That's fabulous. It might well be. It might well be. Powerful set of eyebrows. Lovely stuff. JLPV20, the thin neck alert. JLPV20, not happy with Regis-Jean Page and that neck. That neck. That is just... twig style, too twig-like for JRPV20, and that is absolutely your right to do. Guys, points all round. That was fabulous. I enjoyed the heck out of that. And then the final round that we had was, of course, Notme Wood. The musing, we're 10 past. We're fine. We've got plenty of time. You get a chance to perform with Jack Black on stage. OMG, which stands for Oh My God. He leaves it entirely in your hands. What do you do? I'm excited to hear about your stage performances with Jack Black. Please get them in the chat. Number one, for Tropic Thunder. Whose role did I take? I took the role of Ben Stiller. That's a pretty good Photoshop job. And when I say Photoshop, I just mean Final Cut Pro, which doesn't have nearly the array of tools that Photoshop does. So it's even more impressive when I'm able to really nail it. And I think I did there. That's great stuff. Well done if you got that one right. Yeah, this is slow today. I'm not sure why. Number two, Jumange. Jack Black, I believe, playing a young girl in this. And it's another girl being played by Karen Gillan. Well done if you got that one right. She's from Doctor Who and the Marvel films. I believe she's in there. Bold. Marvel, what are you doing? Number three, Jack Black and the Holiday. This is another pretty good Photoshop job there. I opted not to change the hair color. I just thought, you know what? Let's put it on Front Street. Let's revel in the artifice. Holiday is a film of two halves. Half of it with Jude Law and Cameron Diaz. The other half of it with Jack Black and Kate Winslet, the wonderful, the beautiful Miss Kate Winslet. And interestingly, both halves of that film, both pairings, are exactly as entertaining and charming as the other. Difficult to do, but they managed to pull it off. Number four, high fidelity, looking pretty miserable. How have I managed to incorporate the fist there? Very, very impressive stuff. Really is. And this is Jack Black starring with, well, the star of the film, who is Mr. John Cusack. Again, that's pretty good, I think. That's pretty good with the curtains. Kept the same forehead, just blended it in. Same forehead, just blended in. John Cusack. Well done if you got that one right. And then number 5, Be Kind Rewind. This is the tricky one. This was the tricky one. Per my initial beliefs, and TB confirmed it. He is in there with Mos Def. Mos Def. And there are some that would take umbrage with me taking the role of an African-American chap, would accuse me of whitewashing. But I think with regards to this particular game, it's okay because if I affected my skin tone at all, that's when you're running into issues. That's when you've got a lot of people on your back, and rightly so. But as 'tis, that's just my skin colour, and I didn't change the hands. So I think I got away with that one. But Mos Def, well done if you got that one right. That was a tricky one. And let's have a look. You get the chance to perform with Jack Black on stage. OMG, he leaves it entirely in your hands. What do you do? Are we doing some kind of short play? Are we doing a skit? Are we singing a song? Are we doing a dance? Whatever you want. What are we doing? Maple Panda, a synchronized duet version of Simone Biles' latest rhythmic gymnastics routine. That's good. Was she doing that with... Did she do that with... was it with ribbons or was it with the ball? Personally speaking, if it's up to me, I'm hoping it's ribbons. Rhythmic gymnastics. There's no... They didn't like filming. They didn't like any evidence, just her just jumping around, which is fair enough. I'm hoping for the ribbon more than the ball, personally speaking, but I'm open to all. And I think, the one thing about Jack Black is, that whatever he does, he's given it 100%. Yeah, he's given it absolute socks from curtain up to curtain down. And that's what it needs. That's what it needs. I think you could do a wonderful duet with him, Maple Panda. It'd be wonderful to see. TB, Edge of 17. Love it in the School of Rock film. Yes. And Stevie Nicks, of course. I feel like he would really get into it, and I know the words. Very important, TB. That's a lovely bit of realism that you're bringing to this flight of fancy there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he does it really when it's on the... jukebox, dang, digga, dang, digga, dang, digga, dang, digga, dang, digga, dang. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song that sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, who's it, ooh? And yeah, absolutely. Knowing the words is a big, big... oh no, it's this, isn't it? It's this. Can we get it? I mean, I think we're probably fine. As long as there's no audio, which there wouldn't be for you. You're not hearing that. No, that's fine. Oh, Joan Cusack. That's Joan Cusack, not John Cusack there. Look at him. Look at him with his long hair. He's looking, what's that perfect thing? What's that perfect thing? Playing Edge of 17 by Stevie Nicks. Oh, look at him. This could be you, TB. This could be you. He's doing the birds. There's yeah, look at that. Yeah. Loves this song. I think it works. I think it really, really works. Sing a song of who, baby. Whacked. Maple Panda, you don't want to do a Justin Trudeau. What's the Justin Trudeau? Leading a country with panache and not a little bit of style. JRPV20. Jack Black and I doing an old bamboo-esque song and dance number where people throw coins for the one who is able to keep on top of their shortness of breath with more creative subtlety. Nice. So you're adding in an element of competition. And he is a larger chap. He is, on the shubbier, I believe that's the word, shubbier side of things. Sorry, Joan. That's unflattering. Let's get rid of that. Bamboo-esque song, dance number where people throw coins for the one who's able to. So what I like about this JRPV is that you're looking to bring in an element of competition. Yeah, it's you, it's Jack Black, it's a fight to the death. And also you're looking to make a little bit of money. Looking to make a little bit of money there with your song and dance routine. Because I think he's made enough money, so he's not going to have that drive, that hunger. I need to make this money. I need these coins, and that's maybe where you will have the edge. JRPV20. Not wanting to cast any aspersions about your financial situation, but you need it more than Jack Black. Let's be clear. Lovely stuff. Monkey Pixie Funk. Stairway to Heaven played on kazoos. Jack could choose red, green, or blue kazoo. You're giving him a choice. That's nice of you. That's very giving. There would be Mime Artist, live interpreting the lyrics. Confetti, Smoke Machines. Maybe some doves released at the end with beavers on remote control battle tanks. Jack would be 100% up. Jack would be 100% up for anything. There's not a lot that you could put in other than maybe suggesting singing the music of hate of the KKK. Anything else, he's going to be on board. There's a lot to unpack here. The kazoos, Stairway to Heaven played on kazoos, so are we singing along as well? Or is it just the kazoos doing the music? Be Mime Artist, live interpreting the lyrics. That's nice as well. Again, it's very inclusive for the hard of hearing, for the deaf community. Confetti, that's lovely. Smoke Machines, giving it that epic feel, and some doves released at the end. That's really good. Is there a big crescendo to Stairway to Heaven, or is it your classic fade out? Beavers on remote control battle tanks is taking it in a slightly different direction, but that's what makes you such a great innovator. Monkey Pixie Funk. There's not a lot of people that would say, do you know what, song and dance routine, we need remote control battle tanks. Oh, yeah, I think we can get battle tanks. And do they need to fire anything? Not necessarily, but obviously there needs to be a little bit of space. Space for what? Well, space for the beavers. Space for the beavers. What's the point in having remote control battle tanks if there's no beavers on them? You're an innovator. I love it. Justin Trudeau is applying brown face paint to dress up as an Indian fella. Yes. Absolutely. No Mos Def face paint required or asked for. A very good point, Maple Panda. Just don't bother. If you find yourself going there, just stop and think, I'm not sure this is going to be worth it. I'm not sure this is going to be worth it. There's going to be an initial laugh, maybe, because just for the absurdity of you looking so different. But then the backlash afterwards, you think, I think ultimately the overall dividend, it's a net negative for me. Super Nash 8, Jack and I would bring back the human cannonball. Touring events around the country. I'm the cannonball. Jack is my hype man on the mic, drawing in the crowds. Super Nash 8, I think you've really hit upon something there. I mean, the human cannonball is long due for a fantastic resurgence. And I would say no better hype man than Jack Black. I mean, he could take something as banal as renewing your car insurance. And if you've got Jack Black as your hype man, you're psyched for it. You're absolutely psyched for it. I can't wait to get that task disc changed out. Woo! Out with the old bang, in with the new. Well worth the £80 or whatever it costs. Points all round, guys. Points all round. Fabulous stuff. It's quite it. I'm not sure I like this shadow under here. There needs to be more light coming from over here. Anyway, we've got all the points that we're going to get, right? We've got all the points that we're going to get? Absolutely not. That's right, it's minute to win it, guys. That's right, it is minute to win it. Is it just that? Yes, it is. Minute to win it. So I've got something on my light box over there. There is a live feed of that light box, and you can see that it's not a black thing because this is kind of out of the window, or light coming in from the window, just poking through up here. What have I written on the light box? I'm not going to tell you. You need to get inside my head and really read what I'm thinking. If you can connect with me, one of the world's most prominent, foremost creators at the moment, then your art is only going to get better. That's just science. But what did I write? What kind of category did I have? Well, very simply, and I don't know where this came from. There's no connection for this to anything. I just came up with it. I was thinking of it for a round, actually, but then I thought, well, there's so many options, I'm going to do it for this. Bands with animals in their names. It can be any animal, any kind of creature, real or imaginary, but it has to be spelled correctly, I will say, which is essentially no beetles, no birds, no Def Leppard. Okay? Let's get going. Super Nash 8 right in there with Skunk and Nancy. Lovely, lovely start. The Arctic Monkeys, TB, lovely. Super Furry Animals, yes. The Animals, SJBeck72. That's a Route 1 response, and I absolutely applaud you for it. Trampled by Turtles, Canton Sheep, 222. Lovely stuff. Monkey Pixie Funk, a little bit too late with that. Fleet Foxes, ooh, wonderful. The Stray Cats, the Gorillas. Very good job, TB Douglas, because it is, it's got a Z, which doesn't belong at the end, but it is spelled correctly before that point. Anything else, guys? Anything else? Dogs d'Amour. Oh, wonderful. And I tell you right now, it's not that, because I've never heard of that band before, but I really applaud you for doing that. Def Leppard, Super Nash 8, that's not actually spelled correctly. T-Rex, lovely. Eagles of Death Metal, says Monkey Pixie Funk. Okay. The Pussycat Dolls, Super Nash 8, that's a great one. Scorpions, yes. Counting Crows, yes. Modest Mouse, yes. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Let's dig back. Animal bands. The Boomtown Rats. Yes, Super Nash 8. Excellent work. The more guesses you make, the better chance you have. The Eagles. Excellent stuff, SJBeck72. Adamant, says Monkey Pixie Funk. Yes. Any last few coming through. Never going to see Modest Mouse again. The Eagles, says JRPV20. A little bit too late. Why are you never going to say Modest Mouse again, Monkey Pixie Funk? Why are you never going to do that again? Did anybody get it? Counting Crows, lovely stuff. What you couldn't have had, of course, Super Nash 8, T-Rex, lovely stuff. It was the Eagles, and the first person to say the Eagles was SJBeck72, hitting that 2-point bonus. You had a minute to win it, and you absolutely won it. Congratulations, SJBeck72. Lovely, lovely work. Lovely, lovely work. Well done, you. Those extra 2 points could make all the difference. Let's head back to Maine. You're very close, JRPV20, and just JRPV20. Just need to get there a little bit earlier. Excellent work. Let's get the chat box back up. Let's see some of this celebration. Well done. Yeah, very well deserved. Mice won. SJBeck72. Yeah, that works. That's great. TV Douglas. So while you tot up your scores and get them in the chat, guys, please do get them in the chat. I'll just have a little reminder for you there. to absolutely get them in the chat. But whilst you tot up your scores and you get them in the chat, I want to remind you of a little something, that in this quiz, you're only competing against yourself. Okay, there is no point threshold to being smart. If you have got all the questions right that you realistically could have been expected to get, then you are smart. Because here's the thing, art doesn't become successful because of the opinions of others or box office numbers. It becomes successful when you, as an artiste, say, yeah, that's great. And if you think your performance today was great, then it was great. No two ways about it. That's art, baby. And if you are watching this on YouTube, not live, make sure you write down your score and your musing answers in the comments below, because I would love to hear how you did. And I would love to just kind of chat, just wax lyrical with you about what you chose. Let's see what we've got. Here we go. Thanks, everyone. We clawed it back, says SJBack72. Absolutely. Nobody wants to put their scores in the chat? We can't have a high point scorer, guys, if there's no, if we don't know who's got what. $11 for me. That's a good score, TB. Hitting those double digits. Congratulations. I'm gonna find that. I'm going to find that YouTube link again, and I'm going to post it again, because it really does deserve to have its day in the sun. What else have we got? Only 4 because we missed a lot. Absolutely fine, SJBeck72. You got that. Thank goodness you got the minute to win it there. Doubled your score. That's impressive. About 10, says Monkey Pixie Funk. A 9 for Counting Sheep 222. Well done, you. I've lost count. Think 8. Okay. Everybody losing count. I will say, guys, and I'm very proud of each and every one of you for getting the scores that you did. Some of these questions are pretty tricky this week. There weren't a lot. These aren't particularly high numbers to be losing count. That's maybe something to be I don't want to say concerned about, but just to keep an eye on. Maybe if you are counting to 8 or 6 even, and you're losing count, maybe just a little bit of brain training here and there, just to make sure that you're really getting the most out of life. We are too cool for pen and paper. Let me tell you something, Maple Panda. There's no such thing as being too cool to engage fully with something. And there's no such thing as being so cool that you forget things. Yeah? Something to think about. A little thought for the day on that one. A little thought for the day. I thought Kate Winslet was Jared Leto. I mean, they've both got delicious hair, I will say. Both got lovely, lovely hair. But yeah, Jared Leto, not the romantic partner for Jack Black in the holiday film, The Holiday. So, congratulations, therefore, has to go to T.B. Douglas for hitting the dizzying heights of 11, being the only person, one of the only people, only Monkey Pixie, who got about 10. So again, if you were a bit less cool, let's say, and you had written it down, maybe you would have got 12. 12 is about 10, Monkey Pixie Funk. Again, you've maybe missed out on something incredible there. Something to think about. Well played. Yes, well played to you all. Thank you very much for joining me, everybody. I hope you have had fun. I hope you learned a little something, and I hope you felt creative all at the same time. I apologize for the technical difficulties. Sometimes when something is as innovative as this, the technology itself cannot be expected to handle such unbridled creativity. That's going to be my argument. But yes, I am Notme. I am Art, and I hope that you will join me next week, same time, same place, for another quiz, and then we're going to be doing an Art Right Now after that. So it's Art Right Now, quiz, and then another Art Right Now. You have another opportunity to improve your art and say to yourself, yes, I am smart. Thank you so much for watching, for giving me a part of your Sunday. I hope you believe that I have handled it with care and excellence. Thank you very much, guys. I will see you next week.
So there we go, and well done you, whatever your score might be. I definitely think that you are smart, though prob's not as smart as me. Your art will be better, trust me on this, should be nothing short of sublime. That's why you learn, and don't stop now, I'll see you right here next time. I am smart.